Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot reading for the sign of Leo for the month of November 2018. Welcome, Leo. I hope you've had a good month. I really do. We're enjoying the Scorpio energy that we've just moved into. Today's the day of the full moon here. In the full moon in Taurus, so it's very stabilizing. So let's just see what comes out for you today. Nothing better than reading for you on a full moon. Very favourite Leo of mine reminded me of that recently, and I trust the judgment of that girl a lot. Okay. Energy around your situation is Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles, Leo, it's holding on too tight to something. And we all do it. We're all guilty of doing it, and not that it's shameful or anything. It's just sometimes we believe holding on is really important. But the flip side to holding on, Leo, is letting go. So in my interpretation, I'm getting that letting go is a practice to learn this month, and just seeing how that works for you. And none of us like to let go, and it's hard, you know, it is really hard. It's not an easy feat, but that's all right. Let's try a bit of letting go this month, Leo. Radio. Let's see where you are right now. Page of Cups. Fabulous, Leo. So letting go. So we've got, with the Page of Cups, we've got that wonderful emotional spark that comes around every now and again in its cycle, like everything else, that sort of ignites a bit of passion and ignites interest, ignites emotional feelings that have probably been, you know, on the back burner for a while. Could be anything new that just comes and you think, wow, I really want to do that, or oh, I met somebody that really inspired me. So this is great. And this is a great antidote too for the Four of Pentacles. So you can let go with this where you are right now. There's something new, emotionally coming onto the scene for you, Leo. So let's just let those things go, and there is replaced by this wonderful new emotional beginning. Let's clarify that a bit more with this card here to see why it's there. The Hanged Man. There you go. Just go with the flow at the moment. Let this new energy coming in with the Page of Cups just happen. You don't need to do anything with it, but yeah, there is something interesting happening. But the philosophy and the meaning of the Hanged Man is sacrifice and just letting things go and letting things happen in divine time, rather than trying to sort of hurry them up or, you know, make it go quicker, or avoiding it. Or it's just about going with the flow and knowing that news will come when news is meant to come, not when we particularly as human beings expect it to come. Not everything is instantaneous these days, and this is where we have a big disparate, because we're so used to having everything at the fingertips. And as far as divine time goes, the universe just says, well, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to wait. You'll wait for the right time, and have faith in timing. Really believe in it, because it is so important, and that way we don't get so frustrated when things don't happen as we command them to. Let's look at the background of the situation. You have the World. So definitely, Leo, there is a phase of your life, and it's a major card. It's a major arcana. So there's a phase of your life that is wrapping up at the moment. But once again, with divine time, it will take its own time. So there's no need for rush. Everything will go according to the divine plan. So the World talks about phases going out, but they can be quite slow So don't feel the need to rush, really. And especially with this Hanged Man sitting here in the important crossing card position, it will take its time and it will affect everything here. So everything needs to be exactly how it should be. So human intervention really in this point will not work. It will just cause frustration for you. So try and refrain from that and keep busy with other things, because it's a major cycle coming to an end. Recent influences, we have the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords indeed makes sense in this reading already for you guys, Leo. There's some deep buried aspect. It's deep, quite deeply buried in your psyche. So that needs to sort of be solved before anything can move forward. So it's about healing too. It's about a lot of things, but a lot of things with the Three of Swords, they're deep inside us and we don't actually like to confront them very often. We just say, oh, I don't want to think about that. I don't want to be reminded about that. But this is a key card in why you have to sort of be waiting and going with the flow this month, because it's about addressing that in your own time, because it will rise to the surface, especially now because we're in Scorpio and it's water. So it's a very emotional time. So whatever needs to come up with Scorpio often just rises to the surface. So it can be quite a, what's the word? It can be quite a confronting time in Scorpio, because a lot of emotions do sort of find their way, float to the surface, and we look at them and think, oh my goodness, why am I feeling like this about this issue? I thought it was dead and buried. No, it isn't. So this applies to you this month, and it will to some of you. Others of you will attach your meaning to it, and that's good. This is all to your own interpretation. You try and deal with it, Leo. Be brave that you are. You are the lions and lionesses. So just be brave with it, and let's sort of get it to the surface and deal with it, rather than harbouring the energy of it and shoving it back down in the darkness and the depths. The lesson for you, Leo, for this month of November, the Eight of Rods. Beautiful card. So the lesson is there are no obstacles, really. There are a few things that will float to the surface for your attention, but they only want, the universe wants that to happen so you can be free of it and you can be cleansed. Scorpio water is cleansing. All the water signs are very cleansing. Sometimes not so pleasant at the time, but in retrospect it's like, oh yeah, I feel so much better. I'm so glad. But your overall lesson is just go with the flow. Things actually are pretty good for you. There are no obstacles really. You're on top of things. There's lots of interesting connections happening too. So don't forget, whilst you're dealing with this, you've got new energy coming in with connections and people that you meet. And especially at this time, Leo, where you do feel like there are some issues to confront, you'll always find around you friends and family, or friends, people that you really trust, you can talk to about it and make it sort of half the problem, because you really have worked hard and you're a very free spirit, Leo. So just trust in the Eight of Wands and know that things are good. Really, when you all get down to it, it's going to be a pretty easy month once you sort of confront what needs to be confronted, and have faith and hope that new things are coming in as well. Near future energy, so second to third week, and there we have the Two of Cups. So fabulous. Connections. We've got Eight of Cups, Eight of Wands, Page of Cups, Two of Cups. So definitely my interpretation of these, it's a connection. There's connection coming through where you just feel hand in glove with somebody. It's a bit like Cinderella. The shoe fits perfectly. So that's a really nice card to have, whether it's a connection to another person another human being, a really nice solid connection, or whether it's something that you've always wanted to have a connection with, whether it's a job or something. But cups, we've got to remember, is purely emotional. So it will make you feel good because you feel like you're with the right people, you're with the right person. Things will flow on from there. Of course, there'll be different stages, but the initial attraction is fine and it's good, and it's a soulmate connection as well. For those of you Leos that have met somebody new, I would trust in that implicitly, because there are amazing things to be seen and learnt from the Two of Cups. Let's have a look and see what's happening that you're not realising. Seven of Swords. There we go again with that Seven of Swords. Interesting Seven of Swords. Excuse me. Too much shocking. Seven of Swords is either self-doubt, and I'm getting two because it follows the Two of Cups. Maybe you might be talking yourself into a situation where, oh no, I don't deserve this. Oh, this can't be right. There must be something wrong. Maybe I'm imagining things or fantasizing that this has happened. Maybe it is the energy too of just be careful of deceit. But I believe in this spread, it's talking about yourself. So don't try and sabotage what is good, especially because you're doing some major cleansing, and you have been doing for a while, Leo. So we all, or a lot of us, sort of err on the side of, oh, I don't trust this, nothing good ever happens for me. But then if you own those feelings, if you feel that, you own them. So try and sort of look at that in a more diplomatic way. But we'll have to go for the to the end of the reading to really get the full picture. But I'm just putting that out there. Don't sabotage yourself, Leo, just because of past. How others see you. Wow. Knight of Rods. Knight of Wands. Very fast moving energy. Isn't it interesting how other people see you? Very fast moving. Change of direction too, Leo. But then again, it's a fire suit, rods, wands. It's one of yours. So, yeah, if you decide, and people are looking at you and thinking, oh my God, you know, she's been doing this and now she's going to do that, or he's doing this and then he's done a U-turn and he's going to do that. But that's all part of the fire sign people's makeup. They're very adept at just changing direction. They go with that energy. And this is how people see you. Very fast moving, getting things sorted, getting things done, travelling, moving, always on the move, always with a goal to achieve. So I feel like that's a really nice energy, Leo, for you guys, especially because there are some swords, and swords is always a bit of a difficult suit to tackle because, it's like the mind, and it can be overthought or overwrought sometimes. People see you as the mover and shaker, the Knight of Rods. The positive feelings are 10 of Pentacles, so stability coming in. Completely different. Very stable, Leo, so you don't have any worries I'm seeing here financially or work stability, everything for you. You put your all into whatever you do. So there's no need to worry about that. Money coming in. Yes, just that nice stability where there is money enough that you're doing well at work, you're doing well. People still see you as this sort of energized, happening person that just goes and does things. They don't often see what's buried beneath that, but that's your business. It's not really for everybody else's to look at and judge. And Leos, I know you can be quite adept at hiding those things because really it's nobody else's affair. But yeah, definitely positive feelings. 10 of Pentacles, feeling quite stable and secure in home and financial life, especially with your things, your house, your job. So that's one less thing to worry about, Leo. It's definitely going really well. The outcome. 10 of Cups, so we get that beautiful emotional satisfaction. Once again, you've got 2 10s, so you've got the 10 of Pentacles, you've got the 10 of Cups, so feeling quite emotionally stable, feeling good about yourself. So as we go back down here to the recent influences where there is that issue to deal with and that healing to be done, by the end of the month, once we're into your fellow fire sign of Sagittarius, there's definitely a feeling of emotional contentment that you've actually come through this month quite well. You have done what you've been asked to. You've addressed issues that have been hovering and hanging, and you come out of it very well at the end and feeling quite pleased with how you've tackled the issues. Especially, you know, meeting new people, all those sorts of things. There's nothing negative in this reading at all about things being deceitful or underhandedness going on. Everything seems to work out wonderfully. I'm just going to pop another card on this recent influences of the 3 of Swords, because swords always need a bit of clarification, because people don't, you know, the image is usually quite grey and dark, and it doesn't really engender, you know, a good feeling with people when they see it. So let's have a look. And we've got another one of your suit, the 4 of Rods or the 4 of Wands. So yeah, celebrations. So you definitely are going to address this issue that's been sort of deep-seated. It is going to come to the surface in the time of Scorpio, definitely. And it needs to dislodge itself. So 4 of Wands, 4 of Rods is just about feeling quite happy and being happy. It's consolidation as well, so you can move on from this very well. So dare to be brave and just clear that. Deal with it and clear it. Now I'm going to give you your Buddhism reading card, additional guidance card, dear Leo, for the month. And we have energy. Energy. You are never alone or helpless. The force that guides the stars guides you too. Energy is more than just cultivating physical boundless energy. It is making the connection with the universal life force that motivates all creations in the universe and in you. How fabulous is that, Leo? With all your energy. So I'm getting, you know, you just deal with these deep-seated issues that will come to the surface in the month of November, and you will get boundless energy, but the really fabulous energy, why people really connect with you, because you are that force. You are that life force. Be that life force. Thank you so much, Leo. I wish you a happy November, and thank you for listening.